Good students, stationary points is our subtopic today. Want us to understand what they are and how do we determine these stationary points. Remember this, that always at stationary points, the differential of y respect to x is always 0. That is, at any stationary points, the differential equation should be equated to 0. Now, these stationary points are classified into 3. And that's what I want us to check on. Now, if we work out the stationary point, for example, these stationary points that behave in a manner like we have a negative to the left, a 0, and then a positive to the right, this one we refer to it as a minimum stationary point. This is a minimum. Now, if we have another one which is positive on the left, 0, and then negative, then this one referred to as maximum turning point, and so on and so on. But if we have a positive, a 0, remember this is a positive, a 0, then a positive, then this one is referred to as point of inflection. So for this case, you realize that for these stationary points, they can be classified either the minimum point, the maximum point, or what we refer to this as case of the point of inflection. But I want you to realize this. How do I classify these particular points? Either to this one or to this one. Remember this. If I take the second differential, maybe dy squared dx squared, and I get this one is equals to 0, at stationary point, this one is equals to 0, then it tells you that this is the point of inflection. If I take the second differential, that is d2 dx squared, at the stationary point, and I get that this one is greater than 0, then it tells you that that is the minimum turning point. Okay? And if I was to do the second differential, dx at 0, and then I get this one is less than 0, then this is referred to as a maximum turning point, a maximum turning point. And that's how cheaply it is to classify those particular points. Now, in the next lesson, I'm going to provide an example on how to use this approach to try and show that 2 or more points are stationary and how to classify those particular stationary points.